Hey everyone, if you get English, if you read it, if you even think in it, but still can't speak smoothly, this one's for you. And I need you here till the end, because what I'll share might transform how you speak forever. You see, most students aren't stopped by grammar. They're not stopped by words. They're not even stopped by accent. They're stopped by their own thinking. They're stuck in quiet. Not because they lack knowledge, but because they can't escape the chaos in their own head. Ever had this happen? Someone asks you something in English. You know the answer. You know what to say, but your mind goes into panic mode. What if I mess up? What if they misunderstand me? What if I look foolish? And by the time you craft your perfect line in your head, it's too late. The chance is gone. You smile. You nod. You stay quiet. And deep down, your confidence dies just a bit more. If that's ever happened to you, I want you to know you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not damaged. You're not dumb. You're not lazy. You're not terrible at English. You're just thinking way too much. And that's what we're fixing right here, right now. This isn't a pep talk. This isn't a grammar class. This is a mirror that reveals exactly what's blocking your mouth from opening, and how to finally retrain your mind and mouth to speak English naturally, confidently, and smoothly, the way you've always dreamed. But you gotta stay with me till the end, because by the time this wraps up, your fear will vanish, your hesitation will disappear, and your real path to English fluency starts. This is the moment you stop thinking and start talking. Let's dive in. And remember, if you trust your English journey, if you want to train your mind and mouth for real fluency, hit subscribe right now, because this isn't just content. This is your breakthrough. 5 harsh truths why you can't speak English. Because you're overthinking too much. Now let's discuss the truth. Let's dive deep into your mind. Let's reveal the real causes you're overthinking and why your mouth stays shut. These aren't language issues. These are mental barriers. And I promise, when you grasp them clearly, you'll feel something crack inside. Something that's been stopping you for years. Let's begin. Truth 1, you're scared of being incorrect. This is the most dangerous fear for any English student. The fear of making errors. You don't want to sound dumb. You don't want people to mock your grammar. You don't want to pick the wrong word. So you stay silent. But here's reality. Every smooth speaker on earth once spoke broken English. They made tons of errors. They said things wrong. They got laughed at. They felt awkward, but they kept talking. That's the key. You don't gain fluency by dodging errors. You gain it by walking through them. Fear of being wrong isn't protecting you. It's killing your fluency slowly every day. Truth 2, you think in your first language first. This is one of the most typical issues English students face. You're trying to speak English, but your mind is still working in your native tongue. So what happens? You think of a line in your first language. Then you try translating it into English. Then you try speaking aloud. But this process is slow. It's painful. It kills the moment. By the time you're set to speak, the chat has already shifted. This creates a harmful cycle. You pause. You miss your shot. You feel awkward. You tell yourself, I'm bad at English. And you stop talking. The longer you stay in this loop, the more scared you get to open your mouth. Truth 3, you were trained to be accurate, not to connect. Let's be real. Most of us learn English in class. And in class, the focus was always be accurate. You had to nail the grammar. You had to craft the perfect line. You got punished for errors. You got rewarded for silence. So, your mind learned a harmful lesson. It's safer to say nothing than to say something incorrect. This is why even today many students stay quiet even when they know the response. They're waiting for the perfect line in their head. But real-life chats don't wait. You weren't trained to talk. You were trained to be quiet unless you're perfect. But guess what? Fluency isn't about perfection. Fluency is about flow. Fluency is about connection. Fluency is about speaking even when you're not totally correct. Truth 4, your mouth has never been trained. This is something nobody mentions, but it's the biggest cause you're stuck. You've trained your mind. You've studied books. You've learned grammar rules. You've watched videos. But you haven't trained your mouth. Think of it like dancing. You can watch dozens of dance clips, but until your feet move, you can't dance. It's the same with English until your mouth starts forming the words, the phrases, the lines. You'll never speak smoothly. Reading isn't enough. Listening isn't enough. Understanding isn't enough. Your mouth needs training. It needs practice. It needs repetition. It needs flow. And if you don't train your mouth daily, it will stay frozen. That's why you feel stuck in chats. That's why nothing comes out, even if you know what to say. Truth 5, you wait for confidence before you talk. This is the biggest lie English students tell themselves. Once I feel confident, I'll start talking. But here's the harsh reality. Confidence never appears first. It only appears after you start talking. Confidence isn't the need. It is the outcome. If you wait for confidence before you talk, you'll be waiting forever. Think about a baby learning to walk. Do they wait for confidence first? No. They stand, they fall, they cry. They try again. And with every step, confidence builds. It's the same with English. You gotta speak when you're nervous. You gotta speak when you're unsure. You gotta speak when your hands are shaking. Because every time you speak, even for a few seconds, your confidence grows stronger. These are the 5 harsh truths that are secretly killing your English fluency. Now that you grasp them clearly, deeply, emotionally, you're ready to break them. You're ready for the fixes. But remember, knowing the causes is enough. You must act. You must train your mind, and you must train your mouth. And that's exactly what we're doing now. Solution 1. Speak broken English proudly, even if it's incorrect. Let's begin with something that will sound odd at first. But if you truly grasp this, you'll be free. You must speak broken English. You must speak wrong English. And you must speak it with pride. That's right. Not just accept it, but be proud of it. Why? Because broken English is the birth of real fluency. Think of any kid who's learning to talk. Do they say full, accurate, beautiful lines? No. They say things like, me want water. He go school now. No. Like this. Are they wrong? Technically, yes. But do we stop them from talking? No. In fact, we smile. We encourage. We listen because we know they're learning. We know they're growing. And here's the truth you need to hear. You're not a failure if you speak broken English. You're a fighter. You're learning. You're brave. Most students never speak because they're waiting for perfection. They're thinking, what if I pick the wrong tense? What if I forget the right word? What if I sound weird? And because of that fear, they say nothing. But silence isn't safety. Silence is slow death for your fluency. Every day you stay silent, your mouth loses power. Every day you overthink, your mind builds more hesitation. You don't destroy fear by staying quiet. You destroy fear by speaking through it. Even if it's wrong, even if you mix up tenses, even if people stare at you oddly, let them stare, let them fix you, let them laugh. Because every error you make is one step closer to fluency. Let me say that again. Every broken line is one step forward. Every wrong word you say is a sign of growth. Every awkward moment is a seed of confidence. And here's something key. Most native speakers, including folks who speak English as their first tongue, also make errors. They say, you don't know. I seen it yesterday. Where you at? These are native speakers. They don't stop themselves. They just keep talking. They keep connecting because they grasp this one rule. Fluency isn't about being right. Fluency is about being fearless. So from now on, promise yourself this. I will speak broken English with pride because my fluency is born in my bravery, not in my grammar. Even if you say yesterday I go to office, he don't coming. I no understand. Say it, speak it, own it, then later fix it. But don't stop yourself before talking. That's how you stay stuck. Fluency grows in motion, not in silence. Solution 2, train your mouth, not just your mind. Now that your fear of speaking wrong is destroyed, we move to the most critical part of fluency building, something most students ignore. You must train your mouth, not just your mind. Let's be real, most English students spend years doing this. Reading grammar books, watching videos, memorizing words, understanding complex rules, writing notes. And guess what? After all that, they still say, I grasp everything, but I can't speak. Why? Because they train their mind, but never train their mouth. You see, English fluency isn't a memory quiz. It's a physical skill. It's not just about knowledge. It's about movement. Speaking English smoothly is like dancing, swimming, or singing. You can watch tons of videos about how to swim, but unless your body enters the water, you'll drown. You can memorize every dance step, but until your body moves with the beat, you cannot dance. You can grasp perfect grammar, but until your mouth moves in rhythm with English, you'll stay silent. That's why so many students say, I can think in English, but I can't speak fast. I know what to say, but I can't say it quickly. I freeze in real chats. The fix is clear. You must train your mouth like an athlete trains their body. Repetition, emotion, rhythm, sound, flow daily. Here's how to do it. Step 1. Pick one short line from a movie or audio. Example, let me check. I'm not sure. That sounds great. Step 2. Repeat it aloud 10 times with full emotion. Don't whisper. Don't say it flat like a robot. Don't just repeat it mindlessly. Instead, copy the emotion. Copy the speed. Copy the voice energy. Copy the music of the line. Say it like the actor said it. Step 3. Use the line in your own example. Once you've practiced, that sounds great. Now say, that sounds great for dinner. That sounds great to me. That sounds great, but I'm busy. Create 3 more versions. Speak them aloud. Step 4. Repeat daily with 3 new phrases. Don't just do this once. Do it daily. This is your mouth training gym. Every day, your mouth gets stronger. Every day, your rhythm improves. Every day, your voice gets smoother and slowly. The hesitation vanishes. You don't think, you just speak. Why? Because your mouth has practiced the moves. This method is called mouth muscle training, and it's used by actors, public speakers, and even language students around the world. It works because it trains your fluency physically, not through memory, but through repetition, through rhythm, through movement, just like learning to sing or box or dance. So, here's what you need to remember. If you don't train your mouth, your mind will always feel stuck. But if you train your mouth daily, fluency will become natural. Forget perfect grammar for now. Focus on mouth movement. Train lines. Train phrases. Train sound. Train flow. Even if it feels odd at first, even if your tongue gets tired, keep going. Your mind knows English. Now it's time for your mouth to catch up. Solution 3, mirror talk. Speak to yourself like you mean it. There's one thing every smooth speaker has in common. They don't just speak English, they own it. And to do that, you need one powerful tool that costs nothing. Needs no teacher, no friend, no partner, just you, your voice, and a mirror. This is called mirror talk practice. Have you ever tried to speak English in front of a mirror? Not just for a few seconds, not just whispering, but truly looking into your own eyes and talking for 1, 2, even 5 full minutes. Most students haven't because it feels odd, it feels awkward, it feels uncomfortable. And that's exactly why you must do it. Why mirror talk works like magic? Because it removes your two biggest enemies. The fear of being judged. The fear of making eye contact while speaking English. You see, most students can speak English alone but freeze when someone is watching because their mind goes into panic. They're looking at me. What if I say it wrong? What do I do with my hands? Where should I look? That's not a fluency issue. That's a mental performance issue. Like stage fright. Now listen closely. When you practice talking in front of a mirror, you're forcing yourself to face yourself. Hear your own voice. Watch your body language. Build emotional strength to be seen while talking. Mirror practice turns you into your own speaking coach because the mirror never lies. This isn't random. This is a full fluency exercise routine. Step 1. Stand in front of the mirror. Look into your own eyes. Yes, this matters. Look at yourself like you're talking to someone else. Because in real life, you'll have to do exactly that. Look into people's eyes and speak confidently. Step 2. Pick a topic that matters to you. Don't say random textbook lines. Choose a real, emotional, meaningful topic. Examples. What did I do today? What do I want in life? Why do I want to speak English? What scares me? What makes me happy? Why? Because emotion connects fluency. When you speak with feeling, your mouth and mind sync up. You stop translating. You start expressing. Step 3. Talk for 1 minute. Even if it's broken English, your goal isn't perfection. Your goal is flow, expression, confidence. Don't worry about grammar. Don't fix yourself while talking. Just keep going. Even if you say, I want to learn English because I feel scared sometimes when people ask me a question that's perfect, because what matters isn't how correct you sound. What matters is that you're finally opening your mouth. Step 4. Talk for 2 minutes the next day, then 3, then 5. Make it a daily challenge. You can even record yourself. Watch it later. Notice your voice, your tone, your movement. You'll begin to spot your hesitation areas. You'll hear where your confidence breaks. And slowly you'll fix it. Mirror talk helps you train 3 things at once. 1. Mouth movement because you're talking. 2. Confidence and eye contact because you're watching yourself. 3. Emotional expression because you're speaking from the heart. Real talk. It'll feel awkward at first. You'll feel uncomfortable. You'll laugh. You'll mess up. You'll feel silly. But guess what? That's your mind breaking its old pattern. That's fluency being born. And after a week, 2 weeks, a month, you'll look into that same mirror and see someone else. Not the silent student you used to be, but a confident speaker who talks without fear. That's the power of mirror talk. And it's one of the most underrated, most powerful methods on earth for building real speaking fluency. Solution 4. Stop translating. Start thinking in phrases. Now we move into the heart of real-time fluency. Let's talk about the biggest error students make when trying to speak. They try to translate every word in their head. They think in their native tongue first, then try to turn it into English, then try to say it aloud. But here's the issue. That process is too slow, and chats don't wait. By the time you finish your line in your head, the moment is gone. The person has already moved on. You miss your chance. So what's the fix? You must stop thinking in words and start thinking in phrases. What does that mean? Instead of trying to build every line word by word, you learn full expressions that already exist in English. These are called natural speech chunks, and they're used by smooth speakers every day. For example, instead of thinking I am not understanding, you just say I'm not sure. Instead of thinking, can you please tell me about, you say, can I ask you something? Instead of translating what is the meaning of you say, what does that mean? These phrases save time, reduce stress, and build confidence. Because when you think in phrases, your mind doesn't have to construct a line. It simply pulls out a pre-recorded block, and your mouth speaks it automatically. Because smooth speech isn't word by word. Think of how you use your native tongue. You don't stop to think the weather is good today. You just say it all at once with rhythm and tone. That's what phrases do for your English. Step 1. Learn 5 common phrases per day. Write them down. Speak them aloud. Examples. Let me check. That makes sense. It depends. I'm not sure. Can I say something? Step 2. Speak them 10 times with full voice. Repeat with rhythm and confidence. This builds mouth memory. Step 3. Use them in 3 different lines. Let me check my schedule. Let me check the time. Let me check that for you. This trains your mind to pull them automatically in real chats. After 30 days of phrase training, your mind will stop translating, start flowing, stop hesitating. Start speaking clearly because it's no longer building lines word by word. It's using blocks, fluency blocks, like building pieces. And suddenly, you'll hear yourself say, "Yeah, that sounds great. I don't really think so. Let's do it tomorrow." Without planning, without overthinking, without fear, just natural, smooth, flowing English from your mind to your mouth. You don't need tons of words to become smooth. You need 500 powerful phrases, spoken with confidence. Start with 5 today. Repeat them. Use them. Live with them. Because when you speak in phrases, fluency begins. Solution 5. Use visual speaking prompts. Train your mind to speak freely. Let me ask you a simple question. If I show you a picture of a beach, can you describe it in your native tongue? Of course you can. But can you describe it right now in English without stopping, without freezing? Most students struggle, not because they don't grasp the picture, but because they don't know how to activate their English voice on demand. That's where this next fix comes in. It's called visual speaking prompts. This is one of the most powerful mind-activating methods ever created for language students. And the best part, you don't need a partner. You don't need a teacher. You don't need an expensive course. You just need one picture, one moment, and your voice. Why do visual prompts work so well? Because they force your mind to think fast, speak spontaneously, describe reality, activate words, build flow, practice real-world English, not textbook English. And all of this happens without translating, without memorizing, and without overthinking. Let me show you exactly how it works. Step 1. Pick any picture or object around you. It could be a photo of your room, a picture of food, a street scene, a person walking, even your own hand or shoe. The point is it must be real, something you can see, touch, feel, because real objects activate real descriptions and real fluency. Step 2. Ask yourself simple questions in English. This will guide your mind into expression. Ask, what do I see? What is happening? What colors are there? What is the mood? What would I say if I was there? Let's say you see a photo of a beach. Now speak aloud. I see a calm beach with white sand. The water is blue and peaceful. There are 2 people walking near the waves. The sky is cloudy. It looks like evening. I think I would enjoy being there. It feels peaceful. Was that perfect? No. Was it smooth? Yes. Was it real English? Absolutely. Because it came from you, without translation, without writing, without preparing. This is free speech activation. Step 3, keep talking. Push beyond the first few seconds. Most students give up after 1 line, but real fluency begins when you keep going, even when your mind feels tired. So challenge yourself to speak for half a minute, then 1 minute, then 2 minutes. Keep going. Even if your words are limited, even if your grammar is broken, because this moment, this flow, The spontaneous talking is exactly what builds confidence. Step 4. Record yourself once a week. Not daily, just once a week. Why? Because it helps you hear your progress. You'll notice your hesitation dropping, your words improving, your line flow getting smoother, your confidence rising. It's not about sounding perfect. It's about watching yourself become a speaker, not just a student. What if I don't know the words? Good. That's part of the training. If you see something and don't know the English word, describe it in another way. It's a thing you use to clean the floor. Instead of the word, use your hands to show it. Use sound, shape, or action. This forces your mind to connect, not just translate. And connection is the real definition of fluency. This is the fastest way to think in English. Speak without planning. Build daily fluency. Learn naturally like a kid, because kids learn by seeing and talking. And now so will you. Solution 6. Talk to yourself all day in English. Make English your internal voice. This is one of the most powerful daily fluency habits you can ever build. And it might surprise you because it sounds too simple, but it works. In fact, it works better than many expensive fluency courses. Here's what it is. Talk to yourself aloud in English all day. Yes, to yourself aloud. No audience, no partner, no permission needed. You turn your daily life into a personal English chat class. Let's go deep into this because this method changes lives. When you talk to yourself, something incredible happens. You practice without fear of judgment. You activate speaking reflexes. You turn passive words into active fluency. You build the habit of thinking in English. And most importantly, you don't wait for the perfect moment. You create the perfect moment. Every minute becomes a practice session. What do you say to yourself? Anything. Everything. This is real-world natural functional English. Road is so noisy. I need to finish that email. I should call Mom. I love how the sunshine feels. Notice something? These aren't complicated lines. These are your real thoughts, your real emotions, your real daily experiences. That's where fluency hides in the small lines you say tons of times a day, but never in English. Step 1. Choose a time block. Pick 5 minutes in the morning every day just for this example, while getting ready, preparing breakfast, or walking. Step 2. Say everything you're doing. In English, this is called verbal narration. You describe your life aloud like this. I'm brushing my teeth now. Let me check what I have to do today. I think I'll wear something blue today. Okay, time to make breakfast. Just speak. No filter, no grammar check. Just flow. Step 3. Expand slowly. Once you're comfortable, start describing how you feel. I feel tired today, but I want to stay productive. What you plan. After lunch, I'll study for an hour. What you observe. The sky is so cloudy it might rain. You're building an English mind, line by line, thought by thought. But what if I don't know how to say it? Great. That's when your mind learns. Try to say it in a simple way. If you want to say, I have to vacuum the floor, but you don't know that word, say, I have to clean the floor with that machine. Your mind will find a way. And over time, you'll automatically learn the right word. This is natural learning in action. Transform your environment into a classroom. When you're walking, describe the street. When you're shopping, talk about what you need. When you're eating, talk about taste, smell, and feeling. When you're resting, talk about your day. You're no longer learning English. You're now living in English. You don't need a teacher to speak. You don't need a class to speak. You don't need permission to speak. You are the teacher. Your life is a class. Your mind is the microphone. Talk to yourself in English daily, and your fluency will rise faster than you can imagine. Solution 7. Set a daily speak English time. Turn fluency into a routine, not a random wish. Let's be honest. One of the biggest causes people can't speak English smoothly is not because they don't know how, but because they don't do it consistently. They practice only when they feel motivated, when they see an English video, when they meet someone who speaks English, when they get free time, which almost never comes. That's why fluency never comes. Because fluency isn't a result of random practice. Fluency is a result of daily, deliberate, focused talking. And this fix is going to help you make that happen. Create your own daily English talking time. This is the most underrated, underused, and overpowered habit that successful language students use around the world. Why most students never build fluency? They learn English the way people try to lose weight in January. Big motivation in the start. Start strong for a few days. Miss one day, then another. Eventually give up. The issue isn't the method. The issue is the system. If your English talking practice depends on your mood or free time, it'll never happen consistently. And fluency only comes to those who train daily with intention, just like athletes, just like musicians, just like confident speakers. So, how do you build that talking habit? You don't need hours. You don't need expensive tools. You just need to lock in a time every day where English is non-negotiable. That time becomes sacred. No phone, no excuses, no distractions, only English talking practice. Step 1. Pick a time that never changes. It could be 7 a.m. right after you brush your teeth, 9 p.m. before going to bed, 6 p.m. after work. But here's the rule. It must be the same time daily. Why? Because habits are formed through repetition, not randomness. When your mind knows, every day at 7 p.m., I speak English for 10 minutes, it stops resisting. It starts preparing. It gets into flow faster. It reduces hesitation. Step 2, make a clear talking plan for that time. Don't sit and wonder what should I say today. Go in with a plan. Here are a few ideas. Day 1, describe your entire day. Day 2, talk about something that made you angry or excited. Day 3, pretend you're giving advice to someone younger. Day 4, practice storytelling, something real from your life. Day 5, watch a short video and explain it in your own words. You can rotate these each week. This gives you structure. Structure creates consistency. Consistency creates fluency. Step 3, speak aloud. Record if possible. Don't just whisper. Don't just think. Speak aloud. Use your voice fully. Use your body. Use your tone. Speak like you're talking to someone who matters. And if you can, record yourself once or twice a week. Why? Because when you listen later, you'll see your growth. You'll spot areas to improve. You'll feel motivated. Step 4, track your streak. Don't break it. Keep a simple calendar. Mark every day you practice. It takes 3 weeks to build a talking habit. It takes 3 months to transform your fluency. Start with 7 days in a row, then 14, then 30. And one day you'll look back and realize, I don't even need to schedule it anymore. Talking English is just part of who I am now. That is real transformation. You don't become smooth by waiting. You don't become smooth by accident. You become smooth by showing up daily. Even 10 minutes a day of real talking practice is better than 2 hours once a week. Because fluency isn't about the total time. It's about the daily repetition. It's about the mind and mouth connection. It's about making English part of your life, not just part of your goals. Start your daily English time today. Because once you build this habit, you'll never have to say, I'll speak English one day. That day will become today. Solution 8, speak first, then fix later. Don't pause for perfection. This is the final fix and possibly the most important of all, because even if you apply every other fix, if you still pause in the middle of lines to fix yourself, you'll never achieve natural fluency. So here it is. Speak first, then fix later. Let me say it again. Speak first, then fix later. Most English students pause, restart, freeze, and break their flow because they're trying to say it perfectly. Use the correct tense. Avoid errors. Find the perfect word. Sound smart. And while doing all that, they forget the most important rule of talking. Talking is a live skill, not a written test. Nobody has time to wait for you to fix every word while you're talking. And the more you pause for correction, the more your mouth forgets how to speak smoothly. That's why this fix is so powerful. Let's go deeper. Why do students keep fixing themselves while talking? Because they were trained to do so. In class, they were corrected immediately. In school, every error became a punishment. So now in real life, the mind says, wait, that wasn't right. Oh no, wrong word again. Should I say did or have done? I need to say it again. And slowly the fluency dies. But smooth speakers don't talk that way. Do you know what smooth speakers do when they make an error? They keep going. They fix it later if needed, or they don't fix it at all because their priority isn't grammar. It's connection, flow. Even native speakers say things like, he doesn't know. I seen it. Sorry, I saw it yesterday. This or this is my favorite one. But they don't panic. They fix it after if necessary and move on. That's what you must do, too. Step 1. Speak without fear of errors. Let yourself talk as it comes. Don't interrupt your own line. Even if it sounds wrong, even if the word feels weird, even if the line isn't clean, finish it. Then, after the line is done, ask yourself, did that sound natural? Can I say it in a better way? This trains you to speak without fear and reflect with calmness. Step 2, separate practice time and correction time. During your talking session, just speak. Later, you can analyze. Could I have used a better verb? What was the tense there? Did I pick the right article? This is how professionals train. They perform first, then they review and improve. Step 3. Use fluency over correction in chats. In real-time situations with people, never stop the flow. Even if you say she go to school, keep going. She go to school every day and she goes to school. Yes, she goes every day. Notice what happened. You fix yourself, but you didn't stop. You didn't break the line. You didn't freeze. This is exactly what smooth people do, because fluency isn't about dodging errors. Fluency is about surviving through them and growing beyond them. This fix isn't just about language. It's about mindset. Stop trying to speak like a textbook. Start talking like a human. Humans make errors. Humans fix themselves. Humans keep talking. The more you focus on talking first and fixing later, the more confident, natural, and smooth you'll become. Because now your goal is no longer perfection. Your goal is progress. You've listened till the end. And that tells me one thing. You're serious. You're not just a watcher. You're not just a student. You're someone who wants to change. Someone who's tired of overthinking. Tired of being silent in chats. Tired of saying, I knew what to say, but I didn't say it. Let me tell you this. From one human to another, you're ready. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need tons of words. You don't need an English accent. You just need one thing. Courage. The courage to speak broken English. The courage to make errors. The courage to speak even when your voice shakes. Because fluency isn't about being perfect. It's about being fearless. So from today, stop waiting for confidence. Stop waiting for the right moment. Stop waiting to feel ready. Speak now. Even if it's not perfect, even if it's not fast, even if it's not beautiful. Because the first step is the most powerful one. And you just took it. Now, I want you to do 3 things. 1, subscribe to this channel. If you're serious about training your mind and your mouth for real English fluency, this isn't just a channel. This is your English talking gym and we're your team. 2. Comment below what fix in this video helped you the most. What talking habit are you going to start today? Let's talk in the comments in English, because the more you write, the more you grow, and your comment might inspire someone else. 3. Come back to this video once a week. Rewatch it, listen again, speak aloud with it, because every time you hear these words, your mind rewires a little more. Your hesitation gets smaller. Your voice gets stronger. Remember this. Fluency doesn't come when you're perfect. It comes when you're brave. So don't just watch. Don't just dream. Speak every single day. You have a voice. Use it. I believe in you. Let's go.